Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back. This is Uma Shankar. Welcome to knowledge sharing session for bank statement import to Oracle Fusion application. In this session, we are going to discuss about a high-level overview of bank statement import in Oracle Fusion application, and we will see the integration development approach for the bank statement import. In this session, we are going to import MT940 bank statement. I'm going to take a bank statement. It's an internal bank statement. We are going to prepare a file itself, and I'm going to explain each and every tag into MT940. Okay, and also we can design the OS integration for this requirement. Now we can understand a high-level overview of bank statements. Okay, in daily operations of many large organizations, banks are very essential for handling transaction between customers and supplier. So transactions are carried out electrically or by check. Okay, so it is very important to maintain these record into Oracle Fusion application. Okay, the main advantage of loading this bank statement into Oracle Fusion cache management, the first one is the reconciliation. Okay, so basically in big organizations, you can reconcile your organization internal records with actual records for the bank. Okay, so the next one is the cache positioning, and you can detect the errors or fraud transactions. Okay, and also by loading the bank statement to Oracle application, you can automate of a bank reconciliation process. Okay, so and also you can perform the month end close process activities very smoothly. Okay. Now we are going to see different statement reporting format that we are going to use in the real-time environment, and we can support for the business. Okay. So here I mentioned a few important statements. Okay. So the first one is the MT940. Okay. Basically it's a text format, or the extension will be text or MT940. This format used by banks globally. Okay, which is best for legacy 50 systems. Okay, so in this demonstration I'm going to create a MT940. We are trying to load it to Fusion application, and also we can develop the integration. Okay, so the next one is the CAMT053. Okay, it is a XML based format. Basically this is very famous in the European countries. Okay, this extensibility for this format is high. Okay, you have to remember that the CAMT 053 extension is .xml. Okay, basically this format widely used in the modern ERP systems. Next one is the BI2. It's a commonly used banking administrative institute. Okay, in this format we are going to get either ASCII text or comma delimited format. Okay, the next one is the EDI fact finished up. This is electronic data interchange format between the client and ERP application. Here there is no fixed format to support this. We will get either EDI dot EDI fact text that vista or txt. Okay, so you can remember that most of the file extension will be text dot csv xml text and ack. Okay, so once we get the this source file from the business, okay, we are going to load to Oracle Fusion application, okay, for the reconciliation purpose. We will discuss on the MT940 bank statement format. In order to understand this, let's go to the bank account, okay, which we are going to import. Okay, go to the manage bank account setup. Okay, I'm going to select one bank name, US bank accounts. Okay, this bank account name which we are going to use in the MT940. Okay, click on this. Okay, click on edit. Here you can see the account name is the key field. Key field when you are importing the bank statement. So you are going to get this field from your source file. Okay, and also account number is very important. Okay, and currency code these three fields are very important. Okay, so if you go to the controls, here you can see the parsing rule set. Okay, this parsing rule set very important rule that we are going to define in Oracle Fusion application. So what this rule will do, so when we are getting the source file from the system, it will, this rule will pick the required values and it will load into the target reference fields. Let's go to these parsing rules and then we can understand. Okay, so in this bank account setup, account name, account number and parsing rule, very important three fields which we are going to enter. So let's take one example, so then you can understand why we are going for the parsing rule. Okay, so so as an organization, for example, we send a check. Okay, check number something like 5001. Okay, 2000 USD dollars, for example. Okay, just I am considering as a example. Okay, so we got the details from the bank. Okay, okay, receivables. Okay, so we are going to get the format from the bank something like this, receivables to, okay, 5001. Okay, this is the check number, right? This is the check. Okay, and payment, okay, from 6001. This is the check number. Okay, so these kind of details we are going to get the from the source file. Okay, they are going to give the format something like this, but our system will derive the values only actual values 5001 and 6001. Okay, we should truncate this value. That means before column we have to truncate this complete text. We need to derive the only required values from the source file. Okay, so in this case we will instruct to the application, okay, only accept the values after this column. Right, so that we are going to create a parsing rules. Okay, so whenever we are performing parsing, okay, these kind of validations, okay, will be performed using the parsing rule. Okay, parsing rule. Okay, so the first important setup is the bank account setup and also parsing rule setup. So before parsing rule, we have one more something called transaction codes. Manage bank statement transaction code. Okay, these are also very important. Okay, transaction codes. Okay, okay. Before going to this transaction code and parsing rules, let me go to the bank statement. Okay, then we can discuss. This is the MT940 format that we are going to discuss. Okay, if you see the MT940 first line, it will start with the sum tags column 20. Okay, column 20 is nothing but the account number. Okay, transaction reference number. So it is a unique identification number for your bank statement. Okay, so whatever the bank account numbers, it will come with the tag 20. You can give any reference number. Okay, after that tag 25, it is your bank account name and your bank account number. Okay, if you see Fusion application, this is the bank account name that we are going to use in the demonstration. We are going to take a US bank account and the account number. Okay, so while entering the tag 25, we have to give this account name, okay, with the account number. If you go here, okay, we have given US bank account and account number. Okay, so 28C is the statement number with the sequence number. Okay, you can give some sequence number and statement number. Statement number as per your organization standards. This sequence number keep changing. Okay. Next tag is the 60F. Okay. In the 60F, you can mention the debit, credit amount, currency, opening balance, and date. That means, so basically it is a opening balance of the bank statement. Okay. 60F indicates opening balance of the bank statement. So in this example, assume that I am sending a bank statement on June 8th with USD dollar 1,000 with the credit amount. Okay, so credit amount always with the positive, right? Okay, so this is the opening balance. Okay, the next one is the 61. Okay, 61, it is a transaction entry. Okay, so when you open the bank account statement, you can see the number of line level details, right? So in the 61 tag, you are going to enter the transaction entries. Okay, so for example, assuming that preparing a money credit in AR receivable 2500, in that case scenario, okay, so we will give that transaction code something like this, NARD. Okay, let me give in the NARD. Okay, receivables, it's a 2001. Okay, so basically, it's a NARD is nothing but a non-automated receipt document. It's always indicate the credit amount. Okay, so this NARDEC indication is the transaction code. Okay, it indicates the credit amount. Similarly, so we are going to indicate for the okay, NAP. Okay, let me enter in the capital NAP. Okay, payment. So 3001. Okay, it is basically non-authorized pre-automated payment. Okay, so it is typically a debit amount. Okay, debit amount. So in the credit for the check number 2001, we are going to deposit some amount. Okay, something like 2500. Okay, this is for deposit, right? Next one for withdrawal. So for this check number 3001, okay, we are going to withdraw something 500. Okay, so this is the transaction code, this is the check number, this is the amount which we are going to deposit. Okay, for this is the credit amount. See, okay, similarly for this one payment 3001 is the check number and 500 is the debit amount. Okay, it is withdraw amount. Okay, these two lines we are going to enter in the bank statement. Okay, if you open the statement here, you can see this, right? For if you observe for the 61 tag, okay, the two entries, one entry for the okay credit 1500 deposit. Okay, this is the check number 3001. Okay, and for NAP pay the payment, so 4001 deposit 200, sorry, debit 200. Okay, that means withdraw, right? Okay, so we have entered two transaction lines, and 62F tag indicates the closing balance. Okay, it's a credit balance with the amount USD 2300 okay dollars. Okay, and 64 is the available balance. This is optional, but in our case we can consider okay, closing balance and available balance both are same. But when you see the transaction code in the 61 tag, okay, you can see NARD and NAP, right? These are the transaction codes that we are going to set up in the system, right? So I'm going to show you the setup. Okay, you have to go to the setup and maintenance. manage bank statement transaction codes. Here you can see the all the codes. Okay. So these are the two customer reference transaction code. Okay. NARD, NAPP we are using in the our bank statement, right? Okay. After that, one more important setup. So as I mentioned earlier, so we have seen the parsing rule that is going to assign to the bank statement. Okay, let me open the bank statement once again. Manage bank accounts. Okay, this is the bank account name. Okay, US bank accounts. Okay, apart from the transaction code, we have to define the parsing rule set. Right, we already defined the transaction codes, right? You have to define the parsing rule. So let's go to the parsing rule setup, then you can understand. Okay, done. Manage manage parsing rule sets. Okay, this is the rule set that we have assigned to the bank account number. Okay, open this. Here you can observe, so we have a rule for the two transaction code, right? So whatever the value we are getting from the source system, like after RIC, this rule will execute and validate. It will derive the only the check number. In this case, the reference number 3001 for receivables, for payment 4001. All right. So we have to define the parsing rule set to truncate this text only to derive the respective values. Okay. If you see the rule, okay, REC, this rule basically the literal string to match the source data. So once it match with the source data, okay, uh, once you match with the source data, the next expression starting with x, right, it matches to the exact alphanumeric from source after REC field. That means whatever the values there, okay, in this field, means that means after REC, so system automatically derive this, okay, value. Similarly, we have an instruction for NAPP. Okay, here also after pay, okay, it will derive the 4001 reference number. Okay, so that's why we have to create a parsing rule set. Okay, so in the bank statement, one is the bank account number setup is very important, another one the transaction code is very important, another one is the parsing rule. Now we are going to prepare the bank statement for MT940. Okay, so this is the account number. Okay, you can give any number for reference. It's a unique identification number. Okay, the 25 tag is the account number, so this is the same. This is the bank account name and number, and the 28C, it's a bank statement ID for reference, so I'm going to give ID and I'm going to give the seek number is 3. Okay, otherwise I can give, let me give 5. Okay, 5. Okay, 60 of it's a opening balance. Here if you observe, the opening balance is a credit amount, right? Opening balance is 1000 here. Okay, so observe, so I'm putting here, this is the opening balance. Okay, after that if you see, we have a two transaction lines. One is the credit amount with the 1500. Okay, so this is the plus. Okay, this is also plus. Okay, this is the opening balance. After that we have a two lines. After the debit amount is the 200, right? That means this is minus, right? So now if you observe here, our available and closing balance is 2300. You can see from the bank statement, right? Okay, putting here. Okay, I don't want to change anything. I changed only statement number only. Okay, account number also changed it. Okay, so this is the June 8th 25. I have provided the dates accordingly. Okay, let me save this. Now I'm going to upload this statement in Oracle Fusion application. We can validate the statement. Okay, let me go to the Fusion application and show more. Go to the schedule process. Schedule new process. Search with. Load interface file for import. Just give tab out. Okay, click on OK. So you are going to select the shift MT4. Okay, MT90 shift MT940 bank statement. Okay, process shift MT940 format bank statement. Okay, so whatever the file we prepared, I'm going to browse it. Okay, this is the file. As you can see, this is the file which we prepared. Okay, so let me upload the file. Upload a new file. Browse it. This is the file. Click on OK. Go up. Submit. Okay, this is the request ID. Okay, load interface file for import submitted. Transfer file. Transfer file succeeded. It trigger the process shift 940. It will wait for some time. We will go to the cash management. Go to the bank reconciliation. Okay, if you go here, right, either you can check with the request ID that you submitted the SS job. Okay, otherwise you can search with the statement ID. So this is the statement ID. Okay, so whenever working in the real time, or if you get any errors for particular statement, if you want to see the errors, either you can use the request ID, other you can search with the statement ID. Okay, you can copy here and you can search it. Okay, so we have loaded for the US banks accounts, right? Okay, so this is our statement. What is the statement? 0555. Okay, this is our statement. We load it. Okay, if you observe, opening balance 1000. Okay, if you see the high level, these are the balances. Top level, header level, statement header level details. Okay, you here bank accounts get defaulted, your period start date, end date, statement ID. Okay, reconciliation status still incomplete. If you see the balances, right, 1000 is the your okay. If you see this is the opening balance 1000. Okay, Closing balance I mentioned, right? Closing balance 2000 after calculation, it's a 2000. Closing available also same. Okay, so in this example we have loaded it two lines, right? So this information getting populated at a statements line level. Okay, 1500 200. Okay, for in case of any bank like any kind of import errors, you can see the error and you can go you can check with the backend table. So for the exact errors most of the times, so in the real time in case of the bank account not defined, but if you get the file from the source system, you will end up with the error, the bank account is not defined. Okay, so this is the high level overview of the import of the bank statement. But in the next session, we are going to focus on the create a integration, okay, to import the bank statement for uh, bank statement to Fusion cash management. Okay, but in this time we are going to create a PL/SQL package. Okay, we will derive the data and we will perform some validation and we can import to the Oracle Fusion application. Okay, so if you like this video, please subscribe and share, and you can provide your valuable feedback. Thank you. Application.